Hi, it's Sin. Welcome to the Pre-Patch Podcast. You maybe want to check out the patch notes since you guys aren't here live watching it, or I don't know, downloading our stuff or listening to us everywhere. I mean, one of the best podcasts on the freaking internet, for God's sake. Is that good?
Yeah.
So that is the Twitch and YouTube news. On the Kick side, again, we don't have really any articles, but we do have some thoughts about what may be coming down the pipeline here, which would be that Kick is announced that they are signing more talent. Essentially, it's no shocker, right? Like more talent is going to get signed. Obviously, if you were listening, I think last week we talked about it, but Doc, tweeted out about 50 mil.
I don't think we talked about it last week. I think he did it after the actual after
Okay.
our
Well, if,
yeah.
if we didn't talk about it on the show last week, Dr. Disrespect, still, we don't know why he was banned on Twitch. Obviously went over to
We'll never
YouTube.
know.
He's
We'll
trying
never know why he was banned on Twitch.
he's trying to get the bag. He basically tweeted at Kick saying, "Hey, 50 million is my number." Ever since then,
Oh wait, we did talk about this because I said that he undervalued himself. I
yeah,
think.
I thought we did.
He actually went because he got a lot of statements with that same sentiment, and he actually went on record on his stream the day after he tweeted that out, saying that 50,000 is like
50
50 million.
or 50 million is reasonable for him because one, he only streams 3 days a week. Two, he's got a potentially billion-dollar industry that he's trying to build with his gaming company.
Potentially. Air quotes.
Potentially, yeah, that's the big word. NFTs are
his
still,
NFT bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, but he said that 50 million seemed reasonable for the amount that he would be able amount of time he would be able to invest in that kind of thing since he is stretched thin.
I don't know, man.
I
I
mean,
mean, I'm glad that he feels that that's value enough for him, but like, I get where he's coming from, where he's talking about the fact that like he doesn't stream as much as XQC, but I'm looking at I'm not looking at the quantity, I'm looking at the quality. XQC's quality is trash. His quantity is grade A.
I mean, yes.
Unfortunately, in this day and age, quantity tends to beat quality for
Yeah.
a lot of streaming sites.
Very
Right.
true.
But so anyway, to further that, the CEO and owner, Eddie of Stake and of Kick, went on record and said, "Yeah, I'm in talks with his people, right? Like I'm in talks with his people." They also just signed the Dan Dangler, which is another female content creator, along the lines of Amaranth. And then Destiny was just signed as well.
They're just front loading that toxicity, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, it's what's popular right
Holy
now.
shit!
So,
Destiny as well. They already have Aiden Ross. What more do you want?
yeah, they signed a non-exclusive deal with Destiny. So
Jesus.
Then and said that there's still more to come. So again, I wouldn't be surprised. I think you'll probably see Ninja go, right? I really wouldn't be
You
surprised
think?
if yeah, dude, Ninja can't make money on
Looking
Twitch
for that paycheck. Yeah.
So why would he care? Like he's still not partnered on Twitch. They're not going to partner him back. He's adamant about basically multi-streaming. He doesn't really care about the Twitch landscape. So,
I don't know, man. I think Ninja's kind of had his heyday. I don't think he's
if you don't think that he is out there petitioning to get paid, like,
I'm not saying that he's not.
he's for sure.
I'm saying that I don't think that he's like got that marketability anymore, but
they don't care. They'll buy him. They'll pay for him. Why wouldn't they?
I guess. I mean,
the other crazy thing is that the number, which this number, it's a very big number, but at the same time, I want to put in context to our listeners. 10 million users in 7 months for Kick, 10 million users for Twitch. It took 5 years. I don't think it's fair to compare those two, but that is a number, that is a report that's out there that's showing it, and people are flaunting it, and Kick is flaunting it, obviously, because you're coming in like Twitch. If you take it back to the days of Justin TV, this was like the introduction of live streaming, right? This was like when live streaming wasn't a thing. This was when it was still very, very new.
That's what I was about to put forward. Is like, sure, 10 million, like the obtaining that many viewers in such a short time is it's an impressive feat. Like I'm not taking that away from Kick, but to be like, oh well, we grew faster than you did, Twitch. That's because Twitch, back when Twitch started, streaming was not popular. Like
It also
nobody
wasn't
knew
even
about
doable.
it.
Like most people couldn't
Yeah,
do it. I mean,
nobody knew about it. Nobody was watching Twitch for the longest time, or Justin TV back in the day, right? Like nobody was watching it. Streaming wasn't popular. Watching people play games was a people looked like you were fucked in the head if
well, I
you
mean,
if you
people
went and
still
told
look
them
at you like you're fucked in the head.
It's very true. It's very
So-
true. People looked at you like that when you were like, oh yeah, I spent like 5 hours last night watching some random dude play video games. They'd look at you like, are you okay, bro? Like you okay? You need to talk to somebody, bro?
Right.
Like, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's an impressive feat, and I'm not taking it away from him, but like to flaunt that and be like, we're better than you because we did that. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, like, honestly, that's one thing that I hate about Kick. I hate a lot of things about Kick. Don't get me wrong. Hearing that they just signed Destiny makes me hate them even more. That's one thing that I have never liked about Kick is like they continuously, it's always those like, they remind me of like a Vulture, right? Like their entire company culture is very Vulture-esque. Like they swoop in as soon as Twitch does something bad, and it's like they're the first person in their fucking comment section. Like, it kicks over here, guys. By the way, fucking Twitch did something stupid.
The
Come over here,
marketability, man.
you know,
I mean, that's
it
the
is marketability 100%. But to me, it makes you look terrible.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's the world that we live
Yeah.
in today. Now it's just that, you know, that's what grabs headlines.
I mean,
that's what's popular.
I'll give it to Kick as well. Like whoever they got on their social media team, dude deserves a fucking raise, man. Like he's on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've said this before, like one of the other creators was talking about how I think it was Ninja was talking about how Kick it was Soda. Soda Poppin was saying how Kick reminds them of Mixer. Like they were just like, this just reminds me very much of Mixer. You know, they make a big splash, they buy
Make
it,
a huge splash, buy some
know,
people, make a name for themselves. Yeah.
Right, but the sustainability still necessarily
it's not there.
Isn't there. So
I've said that for a long time. I've said that from the start of Kick. That there's just I get that they're backing. They have a backing of Stake, and Stake has billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? But like, and you and I have talked about this a couple different times. And at a certain point, that company has to be profitable, right? Like there's no way that you can continuously just go for years and years and years and not make a profit.
It just depends if they look at it as a marketing spend, because marketing doesn't have to be profitable. Marketing just has to be eyeballs on screen. That's if Stake looks at Kick as a marketing play, then it never has to make it doesn't have to make $1 ever. Like and on top of that, it's a tax write-off, because they can just basically say, well, this is marketing. Because I mean, it is like, though they don't advertise Stake across their platform. And this was a big controversy that we talked about last week with like Pokimane and Hassan and all these streamers kind of going up in arms. Like, though they don't advertise Stake, you know, anywhere on the site, Slots is their number one.
Well, we were looking at it the other day when we were looking at XQC, when we were checking out what's going on with XQC. Like, you go onto their give me a second. Let me go to Kick right now. Right, if I go to Kick right now, in their top lives right now, their top live is Aiden Ross. He's got 60,000 people watching him. Just Chatting, he's got 225 people watching him. And then Slots,
right,
2,933 people watching it. Right, next over, Just Chatting, it's a picture of feet. I don't know why.
Well, so Kick. Technically that's Los Polos TV, and he normally does Slots, but he's watching 90 Day
Fiancé. So Slots, another Slots, Just Chatting with Nick White. I don't know what that's all about. You turn to the next one and it's just chatting. So like in the top portion of their board, right? They constantly have slot machines. No matter how many viewers. I think that at one point we were looking at them, and like I was looking at the top streamers on the site, and there was plenty of other people that could have been featured there, but they always have at least 2 to 3 slots going on in the top like featured streams. So I don't know, man. Like, you can say that they're not advertising for Stake, but they 100. Let me check this out, because this guy, I'm willing to bet. No, so he is not sponsored by Stake, which is very impressive to me.
Talking about Exposed?
The Exposed, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Is he? Because he
Yeah.
doesn't have anything in his.
He may not have anything in it down below, but he is sponsored by Stake.
Okay, so yeah,
I mean, it's so yeah. So they don't advertise. What I'm saying is they don't put up a banner that says stake.com, plastered what I mean, it is like, it is they will always be viewable. Like they will always make sure that is, first and foremost. So I just think that they're going to send it as a marketing spend. So they don't care if it's ever profitable. That's the only reason I say that.
Yeah. Now what do you guys think? Lumi, Bill?
Go ahead, Lumi.
Sure. I did look at Kick and following a lot of the things that are going on with that platform. I am. This is just personal opinions here.
Yeah, all of what we say is personal opinion.
Oh, good. So, oh no, the large $10,000 pool streamer is no longer on the platform. And if you really think about it, like, okay, so a lot of folks know Twitch as a mainstay. I mean, we've been messing around with this for how long, Enigma?
Yeah,
like 10,
long
12
time.
years,
right?
2012, 2013, somewhere around there.
Right. So we were there at the beginning.
That. Yeah.
So if you really think about it, all of the large traffic streamers moving off of here, only a portion of that's actually going to go over there. And you can probably see that in the numbers right now. And the streamers don't care, as you pointed out, because, well, they're getting a check. Why do they care? That's right. So that's also presents opportunity for the the user base to actually spread out and start exploring other avenues and finding other things. There was also something similar when YouTube was just like, hey, did you know that you can stream here? And then there was this like giant evacuation of streamers going to YouTube thinking that they can make it better there. And while that's all well and good, it also did some other things. It also reshuffled who you're going to see on Twitch. And because Twitch is established and that's where people have their money, you're going to find that it's going to be really hard to kill it. And this is also on top of, they might have stake.com backing Kick. We've got amazon.com backing Twitch. So it's really just fluff news as far as I'm concerned.
Not only that, but you also have stake.com backing Twitch because they purchased their streaming service off of Twitch. So.
That's hilarious.
The one thing that I'll say about the Twitch and Kick thing is that for the longest time, we have all said, I really wish that Twitch would start an after dark fucking section or site, and that would be where all of these streamers go because, we don't want them on our gaming platform. And now you see Kick, and it's that's what this is. Kick is Twitch after dark. Kick is the channel that you can go and watch, people in very, very little clothing or doing like all of the things that, you don't want on your clean cut Twitch site. So, like, I don't condemn anybody for streaming on Twitch or Twitch streaming on Kick.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, stream where you want. I will say that like people that I think that go over there thinking that discoverability is just going to be like, it's going to be instant for them. Yeah. Like numbers are there. They also are inflated. But I will say that like, if you are a smaller streamer and you go over to, let's just say like, if I'm looking at Kick right now and I'm looking at Diablo 4, like that, I'm just going to look at Diablo 4 as kind of a mainstay, or even let's just say Call of Duty. Right now there's 12,000 people watching Call of Duty Warzone, right? I don't know how many people are on Twitch, but if I still scroll through, like people are saying like, oh, like the discoverability is so much better. I still have to scroll and scroll and scroll through Kick.
Yeah.
Like you're still getting, hundreds of thousands of people that are still zero viewers, one viewer, right? So just keep in mind that just because you go to a new platform doesn't mean that it's going to be the heyday that you think that it is. Like, not saying there's anything wrong with Kick, as far as if you want to go over there and stream over there, go over there and stream over there. But just a lot of people think that it's just going to be like the holy grail, and it's it's another platform. Like, what are you going to do with it, right? Are you just going to be another nameless face over there, or what? So, be mindful of it.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Patch Notes. Don't forget, you can catch our cast live every Thursday night at 10:30 Eastern Standard, right here on YouTube and Twitch.tv. You can also find us at anchor.fm/prepatch podcast, as well as the many other podcast platforms. Better be there.